It has been a very, very hectic few weeks here at my house. This whole Mercury retrograde thing, um, as much as I appreciate the seasons and the cycling of change, this can, stop whenever it feels like it. Anyway, I don't know what it is about today. It's hitting home for me in a way. It's such a spiritual day for me. I don't know. Well, I guess I should start from the beginning. This morning, I always somehow know when I get mail. Like my husband always gets mail, but when I get mail, it's typically from my family and friends, and I always know when it comes through the door that there's something for me. And I got something from my grandmother today, who is my other half, absolutely. And she's not. She's always been the one who supported me through everything, and she doesn't follow my faith, but she doesn't really like it. I've talked about this before. My family doesn't have really a concrete faith. They all just vaguely believe in God. No one talks about it. But she does do that. Oh well, she's like, I pray for you every night. I hope that doesn't make you mad, because I know you don't believe in it, but it's just it makes me feel good, like I'm helping. She's adorable. I mean, you have to love her. She always wants to not offend anybody. But she sent me a card, and I don't mean to sound rude, but it's it's so up my alley right now, and it made me very, very emotional this morning. Because I talk to my grandma about my path and what I'm working on constantly whenever I call her every week. And, I've been talking to her about karma and stuff like that and just what I'm trying to do. And the card says, just so you know, I've been telepathically sending you lots and lots of good karma and happy thoughts. Is it working? And that's what the card says. And I'm like, it's so cute, especially from, I don't know, someone from a completely other generation who doesn't believe what I do. I don't know, it's just, that was like my first spiritual thing this morning. It just really set me off on a tangent. And I was watching a new YouTube hostess, good lady that I found, and I absolutely love her. So far, I've been watching her videos all morning, as well as I found another channel after I got done with my chores and decided to watch another one, and I found that one today too. So it's just, I don't know, there's something about it, and I wanted to discuss something I talked about on my Twitter yesterday, and everybody seemed to hop on it, and I like to think what I put out there is good and not annoying and not typical, but this just really struck home for people, and I really just wanted to think about why. And it was about living spiritually and how it shouldn't be a chore. It should flow through you. It should be natural. And it's like a positive necessity in your life. It should never be too foreboding and like, that has to come first. I have to make time for it, to the point where it annoys everybody and yourself in a way. But it's just, it's kind of free flowing. You don't have to try. And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize. I didn't ask for this card to be sent to me. It just found its way to me. And that's how spirituality works. Oh yeah, and one of my totem animals is a butterfly. Check out that bad boy. She doesn't know that. Butterflies. Yeah, so it was so much this morning. And when I was watching one of the YouTube hostesses videos, it was talking about you can't be afraid to change, and you have to power through it and do it no matter how terrifying it may seem at the time. And then the video cut out. It stopped. And my internet's been working fine before and since, so it stopped, and for about 15 to 20 seconds, it wouldn't let me do anything else. And I don't know, I read a bit into that, and it was just so much accumulated today, and I really just want to talk about living spiritually and what that means. And honestly, I think, especially people who are on this witch pagan path, and people who consider themselves new age, even though I'm not a big fan of that title. I don't have to be. If you like it, good for you. So people who consider themselves new age and whatnot typically find this thing for them that they want to be so into it. They want to be with the goddess and doing stuff all the time, and they really just want to plug it all into their life and constant. How could I practice all the time every day? Well, if you do that, you'll find that you're gonna be drained all the time. You're going to be so tired. And once you get out of that newbie sort of thing, some people are still stuck, but typically new people find this as their sort of newbie curse, is that they just want it all and they want it now. And they want all the feelings and they want to make sure they're doing everything right. And it's not nearly as hard as you make it seem. You just have to look at things in a new perspective. And it should, like I said, it should flow naturally. It should, at first, might be a conscious effort depending on how much you're changing when you're entering your path. Hopefully your path meets you and it's not that much of a change and you already thought that way anyway, but for some it's not. So it really depends on how much you're changing. And for me, it wasn't that hard. It was already all my thoughts put into a belief system that I found. So I was lucky in that regard. But it's all about the little things. It's about changing the little things. Yes, rituals and all that, and if you do sabbats. Some people do, some don't. That's part of my belief, my faith. So I, perform rituals for the sabbats. And yeah, that's a huge thing. That's a big thing. That's the chunk of it. But what about everyday stuff? And that's where people kind of get stuck. What do I do if I'm not casting every day? What? There's not stuff to say what to do every day, and they panic. And there's no need, and you really don't have to try all that hard. And basically, what I recommend and what I do, I dance with the goddess typically on a daily basis. I dance and sing when I do typical chores and cooking and mundane stuff that you can do just absent-minded. No, I turn it into something fun and I project that good, positive stuff because I'm negative by nature. So I'm trying to counteract that by all my positive stuff, and actually cooking and doing all that stuff during the day is actually one of my favorite times of the day. And cooking and I have recently, as I've discussed in other videos, just sort of decided to have this relationship now. It's not been this thing. I hated cooking. I hated it. But now that's actually one of my favorite times of the day. And in the mornings, I listen to all my favorite YouTube and podcasts that are like my magical little entourage, is what I like to think. They really just get me oomphed, give me that little thing when I'm doing my morning ironing or dishes or something like that you could just be like, ugh, and do it all cranky with your hair a mess, with your cup of coffee, just crying because you're awake. If you just change it and tweak it a bit, the whole world will seem different. From getting this today and just listening to all those inspirational people, it completely has changed my outlook today. I know it could have been completely different, but it has been such a positive, warm, and heartfelt day. And it's fantastic. And it's not hard. So it's just such a beautiful day today. It's distracting. It's a blue sky in England. They don't happen very often, so you learn to take time out and appreciate it. That too. See? I just caught myself, and no, that wasn't planned or intentional in this video. Taking time to notice all the beauty around you that is divine, and the divine within yourself. If you just take that time and acknowledge it, and give it its due, it just, you're just so happy. And it changes everything a little bit. And that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be these huge changes and, wearing the ritual clothes every day and doing rituals and constantly being, because you have no energy for anything else because you're zapping yourself magically. No. It's all about the little things. Find your little routine of what you like. Include some meditation in your day. Maybe free writing where you don't think and you just put pen on paper and move it and see what you get. Maybe do guided meditations to meet with the goddess or a power animal or something of that sort. If you just do little things like that every day that aren't necessarily rituals, and it's not written down anywhere of what you should do on a daily basis. Maybe look up your zodiac sign. What is your day of the week? That could be your recharge day. To just and do whatever you like to give yourself that boost for next week. I mean, it's really just that simple. Living spiritually should never be a chore. It should be echoing your essence out of you. And that's all I really have to say on the subject. Some more videos are going to come at you later this week. I've had them recorded for about a week now, but my husband does all my editing because I'm not technologically advanced by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm just waiting for him to have the, little dose of passion to want to edit one of my videos. So, but yeah, that's been my day. And I really, really hope this helps you in some regard. And I hope you have a very beautiful and magical day, and I will speak to you all again soon.